Hello. In this video, we will be going over how to determine program requirements from a word problem. What this means is that we are going to examine word problems and break them down into pieces, where we can then create a program out of it. Most of the programs we will see from here on out will be a variation of a word problem, like some sort of prompt, and we'll have to determine what exactly your program should compute or do. So in a word problem, which I'm sure you have seen plenty of all by now, there will be many informational pieces which you will pull from it that can be used in arithmetic expressions to compute a result. So now let's go ahead and take a look at an example of determining requirements from a word problem. All right, say we are given this example here. So write a program that displays the area and perimeter of a rectangle with a width of 6.8 and a height of 9.1. So what are the requirements here? All right, so I went ahead and pulled this example here over into PyCharm just to be able to document and write down the requirements. So first things first, let's pull what we have here. We have a width of 6.8, so we know that's going to be a requirement here. So we have a width equal to 6.8, and that's one requirement. So as we continue reading, we see we have a height of 9.1. So let's go ahead and document that. 9.1. And then what are we doing here? So we need to find an area and perimeter of a rectangle. So as I'm sure you remember, the area computation of a rectangle is equal to the width times the height. So we'll go ahead and do that, write down my formula for that. And then we need the perimeter. So if you know the perimeter of a rectangle, it is 2 times the width plus 2 times height. All right, so there are my requirements there. We know we need the width and the height, and then we have the area and perimeter. So once we do know our requirements, we would then be able to go ahead and form the arithmetic expressions and compute this. For now, though, we're just looking at the requirements, so we're just going to hold off on actually solving this. So let's go ahead and take a look at one more example that is definitely more complex than the first. So here we see body mass index is a measure of health on weight. It can be calculated by taking your weight in kilograms and dividing it by the square of your height in meters. Write a program that prompts the user to enter a weight in pounds and a height in inches and displays the BMI. And so a quick note, 1 pound is 0.453 kilograms and 1 inch is 0.0254 meters. So let's go ahead and take the requirements that we need out of here. All right, so just reading through here, we see that we need a weight. We need a weight in kilograms, and then we need a height in meters. We pull both of those just from the first sentence there. And then we see that we have a program that prompts the user to enter a weight in pounds. So we know that we are going to need a weight in pounds, and that's going to be a user input. And then we see as we keep reading, we have a height in inches. So we need that also prompted from the user. Height in inches, user input as well. So that we know that we need to display the BMI and we need to calculate that BMI as well. So we'll do a BMI calc, and we see that's equal to the weight in kilograms and dividing it by the square of your height in meters. So weight in kg divided by the height in meters. And we'll just do that for square for now, just because we don't have a function for that. And then, of course, we see that we have two little conversions from the notes here. So we have 1 pound is equal to 0.453 kilograms, and 1 inch is equal to 0.0254 meters. So those are all of the requirements that we were able to pull out of there that will hopefully help us create a better program, because we have pulled everything out we need. Now we'll later be able to just go ahead and start computing with all of this information. So now that we have identified how to determine the requirements from a word problem, later we will then take these requirements and apply them to arithmetic expressions.